folks, and welcome back here to Let's Play Rimworld Lakeside Ridge. So, at the end of the last episode we had the attack of these flying, not dragon things. That's just even more meat and leather and what have you to deal with. Let's make sure everyone was healed after that. Yep, looks like everyone who took any kind of damage got seen to by the medics. And that is going to be a lot of food for us to work our way through. The chefs are going to be busy for a couple of days. Mickey's out there playing horseshoes. This is real depressing. This is going to be a long time to be done. It's yeah, it's going to suck. It's just flat out that's not going to be fun to deal with until it's ready. But we got our new bedrooms up and running, and yeah, things are, all in all, things are going well. I think having too much food is a decent problem to have. J-Bear, can you? No. I guess you guys are going to have to get up and do it. Oh, someone else had reserved her, never mind. Simple prosthetic workbench is ready. Good, that means Bionics is next and we can repair some of the permanent damage we have to people's eyes and what have you. Although that is going to require surgery. Not sure how much. Okay, what did we get from that? We got only 25 of. Oh, it's chitin. Take a look at that. Tan, dried, scraped skin. Okay, so yeah, it is still classed as leather. So it just means someone might have a cool, like, bug-plated. Oh, those things are just weird. Looks like Kelly is making food at least, and Oliver is making clothes instead of Kim. But as long as somebody is making us clothes, it is all a-okay for me. Looks like people are putting on the bowler hats. J-Bear making us some food now. And he's starting to clear space as he goes, which is nice. These things over here are starting to dry up the marsh as well. Although it is just going to take a long time to get this space ready for us to actually use it. Of course, we do have our two little turrets up here. They're only the improvised. Udai is hiding in his room. That kind of blows. I'm not really sure why. Not sure what set him off. Let's take a look at his needs here. Feeling terrible. Greedy for impressive bedroom. Ugly environment. Lacks bionic. We can fix that soon enough. Let's take a look at his health. Does he have anything? Okay, yeah, so we can give him a bionic left eye and that'll be fine. He is a little bit insane, as is going to happen with the Cthulhu mod. Our people will eventually just go nuts. Okay, well, we definitely aren't going to be dealing with that. With the crazy amount of yeah, with the crazy amount of, what's the word I'm looking for, components that we have, we can afford to put a moisture pump over here and one down here. Actually, I think that one will eventually, yeah, that one will eventually get the rest of that. And then it's just this bit here, so yeah, we can afford to put a moisture pump there so that we can get that pathway finished. And we'll have a comms console added there so that we can start trading with ships. Ensure safety. The volcanic winter actually isn't that bad for us. It's slowing down our food production, but it hasn't stopped it. Once Bashkir wakes up, he'll go flick those switches on. It's 6 AM, so it shouldn't be long till he wakes up. Oh, actually, Cap got a few of them. Bashkir's gonna have his breakfast before he gets to work. That's entirely acceptable. Udai is now starving because he is naked in his room. But that managed to bring him out. That's the typical way to get an introvert to either die or, you know, get over it, is you get them in their kitchen. And let's trade with this guy. See what he has for us. I doubt he has much, but we might be able to sell him some of the extra clothes we have, or, you know, we'll see what he wants. course, he does want our food. He is charging way too much for his components. He does have some nice medicine. And he has 100 money. So I think we will sell him the psychoid tea, because anything with psych in the name seems like a bad plan. We have a lot of poor clothing. We don't have that much cloth to be making more, so I think we'll just accept that as is. We'll sell him the psychoid tea, that revolver, and yeah, those two normal nail guns bring us to just about exactly what little bit of silver he did have. Jabber is now making simple meals, I think, because we are simply out of vegetable matter. So he's just making simple meat stews. We used a lot of our sandstone on these pathways. There is still some more construction to be done, but it looks like Udai is sleeping after staying up all night. Now that did expand. Expands in 4 days. It looks like it actually expands quicker the longer it's there. I know I'm offline, I intended to be. Thank you. So things are just going to progress as they are right now. We need Udai to get up and start doing some of his work, but I guess he's just going to sleep off the fatigue of doing nothing. Now then, is there anyone with a particularly bad weapon that we would like to improve? Bashkin? No, definitely not. And I am getting a phone call, folks. 1 sec. Alright, sorry about that. We are back in the game. And yeah, it looks like that moisture pump is actually speeding up the longer it's active. I hope that is the case. And that within, like, you know, by the end of August, maybe we'll actually be able to build our walls. I think this area might take a bit longer, because this is just an absolute mess down here. All of us getting food poisoning. That's fine. McKay throws up everywhere anyway, so it's not even like it's really any worse. Booth and Marty up there in the lovely guest quarters that we have made. Which, by the way, those are fantastic. They're actually probably better than our own rooms. And while I remember, let's decoratively etch. Just order all of that now decoratively etched again. And that'll make that room super fancy. People will be happy to stay there. And it'll give us some art experience as well. Udai appears to be naked for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on with him there. Everyone now has these bitchin' bowler hats. We have another moisture pump up here. So that eventually we can get the pathway done. Yeah, I think things are progressing quite well. A lot of skeletons on the map from all of that toxic fallout. That kind of blows. Now let's go to our orders here. Let's see if there's anything else on the map that we can harvest. Yes, awesome. So that's going to be a lot of oh, it's bamboo. Bamboo. Yeah, that's all bamboo. I was hoping for like berry bushes and things, so that we could make you know, fine meals instead of simple. Looks like we did get some coconuts, so that's nice. And now that we have this console here, essentially instead of having to rely on caravans coming past, we'll get ships that fly overhead with basically orbital drop pods that they can drop us supplies with, and we can send things up from here. So all of the excess clothes and wood, steel, anything that we have too much of, we can just send it into space and get paid money for it, or buy things. We are running a little bit low on wood, so I'm going to order some of that gathered as well. Let's see, what did you draw this time? It also features gerbils. The picture is surprisingly good and is titled "Gerbils Standing in a Defiant Stance Against the Harshness of the Sea on a Backdrop of Gloom, Forests and Love." That is a long title for gerbils on bricks. But hey ho, each to their own. Yeah, no, that's just with a brick pattern. It's not super cool. I do prefer when they put art in there, but oh, Udai, you're making art. Let's see what this looks like. Or is he just... Yeah, I mean, it is cute to be decorative, but I guess he's just, I guess Udai likes bricks. It has a mug of beer, so we know what's on Udai's head, what's on his mind. That's just a stone wall, nothing fancy about that bit. Or that bit. Okay, so we got a few extra images on there, the room's looking a little bit fancier. Gathering up all these trees. Connor and Marty obviously are two researchers now who... Oh no, Marty's one of theirs. He was just on our research bench. That was nice of him. It's Capelson, I think, is our other researcher. Or maybe Oliver. It might be Oliver. It's one of them. Okay, it looks like we did actually get some bananas, which we made fine meals with. They... Absolutely amazed by our hospitality, they will visit again, but they didn't leave us anything. The last people left us some components. I mean, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. It's, you know, some nice beds you slept in. Once all these are done, we can bring this wall up to here and all the way across, and then zone this off. We'll only have the one entrance. Boomalopes. We are not messing with boomalopes. You blow one of those up, the entire herd's going to go and the map's going to be on fire. And I just don't feel like dealing with that today. So you have a bowler hat there and another duster, but it looks like... yeah, we actually have enough dusters, so we'll kill that. Everyone is now clothed, no one is nude. Nice. Where's my K going? Refueling the generator, that is A-okay. How much is our hot water? Is still... Yeah, hot water's still doing great. It's nice that people can have a hot shower. Gives them a positive moodlet and keeps them nice and hygienic, because you can get things like dysentery in this one. I accidentally once put my sewage outlet too close to a tower that was drawing up groundwater, and it got infected. Like the ground that it was drawn from was infected, and it couldn't draw water. That was a lesson I learned once and never needed to learn again. Are all of these rooms over here claimed now? No, we still have like 3 unclaimed rooms here. So we have plenty of room to expand our residence if we need to. And once this area down here is done, we can expand the rec room right down, get some TVs, a pool table, you know, really go all out with that. Interruptions. Just gonna pause the recording here. This time, guys. We'll let this tick back along. Let's see. So our current plans. Running over this in my head for research here, because we're getting close to being done. Mortars is the next one. I think after that we want precision rifling. We're going to want to make some nice guns for everyone. And where is armor? Because we don't know anything about armor yet, like at all. I see occupational and riot gear, powered armor. There we are. So we want to be working towards that as well. That's going to be a while. That's the multi-analyzer. We need that for a lot of our later techs. It's basically you glue it onto the side of your workbench, and it just unlocks another tier of research. We also have a lot of bone. It might be worth now at this point looking towards bone refining, because you can do 2 things with bone to make it an usable material. You can burn it into ash, or you can turn it into bonecrete, which is just concrete made from bone instead of sand, I think. And it might be worth looking into those options now, because we just have an absurd amount of the stuff. Also in our research tree here, we need to look towards medicine production. And I don't know where that's going to be. It's my first time using this this thing here. Got all kinds of medicine production. There we are. So we're well on our way towards self-sufficiency. Looks like we've had a bunch more steel come in. That thing's doing its deal. I'm really looking forward to when this expansion goes out, because I'm not sure if is it going to be like just the 4 again, then it joins them together, or what. Udi being a early riser as usual. Someone vomiting everywhere. We have a lot of people who just vomit for no apparent reason, and I don't think that's particularly healthy. Let's take a look out on the map and see if there's anything worth hunting out here. Just to give our guys something else to do. It does look like we have a bunch of potentially harvestable fruit trees out here. A bunch more bamboo plants, but I don't think we have 40 bamboo, it's not much. We have cassowaries, there's a snake over there. Obviously just so much of our wildlife was wiped out. But we have 4 alpacas. That should be a nice big injection to our food storage. Still waiting on these to grow, but they are close, and once they're in, we're just going to have a big explosion of fine meals again. Just the even that slight slowdown from the volcanic winter, which we've had going now for yeah, months. Well, a fourth of a year. I think there's four quadrants in the year, and it's been going for one of those already. So absolute crap ton of those cassowaries on the map still. We're trying to leave the smaller things like the rats for them to eat, so that they don't come hunting us. Looks like Captleson's still out there with his bow and arrow. Did actually manage to hunt something down. I think that's 3 of the llamas pretty much straight away. And a bunch of the potatoes just came in. So yeah, it's another big injection of food. That's going to keep people busy for a decent amount of time now, if they're on the cooking job. So let's load up our tree here, and let's look at where the bone stuff is. Advanced bone refining, there it is. So that's going to give us first bonecrete and like the thing that melts them, the smelter, and it's then going to give us plasteel, where we literally throw in bones and steel, and we get plasteel out of it because it's just carbon and steel. So that's going to be super nice. But it's all long term. We're all thinking long term now. We're past the immediate survival stage of the game. This whole open wall thing, though, that's still really making me nervous. I think we might put a mortar down in this corner and throw a little shed next to it for storage exclusively for mortar shells. Make a dozen or so of those. Maybe keep it at like 15. But for that we're going to need the machining bench. The machining table here. I think we'll throw this just in the middle of the room. We're starting to get crowded in here now. Yeah, that'll do there. And then we'll see what's actually available in here. We might be able to make the basic armored vests and helmets already. See what's in here. Well, this is a lot. Okay, disassemble mechanoid, do forever. We haven't seen any mechanoids yet, but yeah, we can make okay, 5 plasteel. We get 1 advanced helmet, 70, 2 components, 5 plasteel, and 70 whatever the base ingredient is, which for us would be steel. We have 9 people. We could make enough of those to go around, and I think we will, but not straight away. Simply because, yeah, we don't know how good our people are at doing that yet. 120 steel, 2 components, make armor vest, do until you have 10. Details, don't count anything. That is, yeah, I think. Or is it? forgotten. Well, let me just check. Okay, yeah, it is the other way. So, there we are. It now shouldn't count anything below 50 hit points. I think that's it anyway. That's going to be yeah, it's going to be a lot of work to get those done, and it's going to take us a lot of our components. We've basically just committed, was it 2 components per? Yeah, we've basically just committed over 1,000 steel and 20 components. But it's gonna keep our colonists a bunch safer, so it's well worth the investment. We're gonna look around for another steel deposit now. Nice big chunk of it over here. We'll get these 2. Just to replenish as we go the steel that we're using for these vests. People will obviously just throw these on as they go. And that should be a big help, especially to Kelly and J-Bear, who get stabbed and shot and burned and whatever else. Bashki is no longer on his crazy drug trip that he was on, where he was just going super quick. Looks like McKay called dibs on the first vest to make it out in production there. This expands in like 7 hours, and I can't wait to see how it actually looks. So we have a trader of some kind on the way in. We'll trade with those guys in the morning. Nearly there, folks. Let's see. If this expands in a big leap, then we're going to be golden. We're going to be laughing. It's going to be brilliant. But I don't think that's going to be the way it goes. I think it's actually going to just expand out a little bit. I tend to avoid jungles and rainforests for this exact reason. Like, they have a lot of materials, but the ground is just littered with... Okay, yeah, it did just expand out, and then I guess it'll expand... Oh wow, it's going to take even longer the longer it goes. Okay. J-Bear, you're not up yet, but we are going to wake you up anyway. Where's the trader? There they are. I'd rather just get on this. That's right, J-Bear lives on this side of the complex now. Let's see what we can trade with these guys and what they bring to the table themselves. As we all know, I am always happy to buy components if they're at a reasonable price, which they are. These guys have a lot of them. So let's see what they will buy from us. We have a lot of alpaca hides, so we'll keep that. But we will definitely sell off these random little bits of leather that we have, because each one is not worth a whole hell of a lot, and we can't do much with the small amounts that we have. I think we'll get rid of that chitin too. Definitely won't be getting rid of our steel. This is a lot of clothes we have that are actually worth a decent amount of money. And we're about to have another cloth influx, so I think we're actually just going to sell all of these clothes. And yeah, we can actually make some money this way, as well as getting all of these components. Yeah, the dusters are worth so much, wow. There we are, there's pretty much all of their silver and a bunch of components. And all it cost us were clothes. That's a renewable resource for us because of our farm. And the crazy amount of hide we had. It also freed up a bunch of space in here. Looks like we have a... Did we not just sell that to them? Thought we did, but never mind. That food production now is just in full swing. Kelly going absolutely mental on that. J-Bear is out digging us some of this steel. Him and Udai, who is like super good at this now. These two are our best 2 colonists. It's not even a debate. The colony would not exist without them. At least not in its form. It might be like a couple of tents leaning up against one of these walls. Looks like Kim is now straight in at replacing the things that we sold. And another good reason to do that is that Kim got a lot of practice making those poor and like basically crap clothes that didn't fit anyone right, that had like one sleeve longer than the other. Pockets that would fall off if you put anything heavy in them. But now, the stuff she's making, because she's skilled up, should be better when our people actually come time to use it. Local cassowary's gone insane. Kelly, get your knife out. And then lead it up towards the caravan. We'll have them deal with that for us. In fact, I think it's going for them anyway. Maybe. No, that's melee attacking at Kelly. You die. Hopefully he can shoot that before it... Oh, someone else is shooting at it, but I think we'll just hurt our generator instead. Yeah, those guys just shot Kelly, trying to be helpful. Kelly, how about instead of picking things up to haul, you go in bed because you have a good shot wound to your torso. That's just, it's not ideal. Kim, please go tend to Kelly. How's that duster coming? There is a lot of work involved in those dusters, but like I say, we just made 1,000 silver from selling them. She shouldn't be in there too long, hopefully. Looks like Oliver might be onto his third armor plate vest by now. Can we scrap this one? Is that a thing that's on this table? Fix component. Fix a broken component. 10 steel, 1 salvaged component. Okay, well I didn't know that was a thing. I don't see... Make scrap armor. Huh. Steel and slag chunks. What do you know? But I think we're okay without that. We're gonna get the real armor vests. And then I think we're still... Are we researching bionics right now? Yes, we are. Oh, who got an infection? Kelly, of course you did. Kim, please get up and see to that. I want to get that sorted pretty much straight away. Looks like she fed us some food as well. We should be fine to outpace that infection as long as we keep on top of it. We'll just make sure Kelly stays in bed. We have another cook. We're not desperate for food right now. This might be one of the most healthy colonies that I have actually ever ran. It is fantastic. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now, hopefully it's just one, but it doesn't look like it will be. Let's get everyone aside from Kelly. Get them up here. We're gonna ungrab Bashkir and make sure that he flicks the switches here. Why won't he flip the switches? Yeah, he's set to his #1 priority, but he won't do it. Can they not reach? I don't think they can. No, yeah, they're connected. There we are, because I hadn't pushed the blooming button. Let's get those turned on before those boomer lopes get here. Looks like there's 2 or 3. Once one goes up, it'll probably take the others out with it. Or at least that's my hope. Bashkir, get there. We'll have to get the others spread out. Of course, we don't have the bunkers built yet. This is probably a little bit of a wake-up call that we need those, really. What do we have here? Silage. I think that's just for animals. Yeah, you better run. I think we'll just leave the turrets turned on in case they come back. But I think they're just gonna, like, burn themselves out now. Is this one mad? Yeah, it's trying to melee attack Kim. It's gonna get in and just die. Because of the turrets. I hope. Yep, there we are. Let's unforbid that. And that'll give us some boomalop leather, some boomalop meat. Of course, we actually just need to get through some of this food now. The freezer is full. What are you making right now? The dusters, that's right. What is that? Kite. Okay. Guess we can make something of that. Looks like Oliver now has himself a nice armor vest as well. I don't know if we're able to sell that. Oh, Kim's making one now. That's right, these two can interchange on their jobs. Oh well, as long as they get done, it's not really an issue. I think they're both pretty competent at that job. Look at that, it's gonna be so long until that's done. Silage. What is this? Nutrient-rich fermented hay and grains for your animals. The fermentation. Okay, so it's animal food. We don't want animal food. We don't have any animals. Guess we could try taming these two alpacas. We do have an animal handler who's like all about that. Capelson has a pretty good thing, and if we get those, we can basically shear them and milk them and what have you, get more renewable resources out of them. And I think we're at a point in the game where we're comfortable enough that we can afford to have animals. Visitors arrived. Ensure their safety. This volcanic wind has just kind of become a matter of fact for us. It's just part of day-to-day life. Because it's just been going on that long. And it slows down our food production, but we just have so much food anyway that it really doesn't matter. And this boar here is a male. We'll try and tame him. And what are you? You're male. We want to try and find a female wild boar. Capybara. We don't know how good they are for being trained. Basically, the boars, you can train them to haul and to fight and that kind of deal. If we can, we'll just grab the 3 males. Male alpaca there as well. We're basically looking for now the renewable resources that we can claim from the animals. Is that a female? No. Male wild boars. So there's just a ton of males. There's a female. Awesome. See if we can get ourselves a breeding pair. We have a male alpaca there. 3 male alpacas. That's wow. I think all the ones up here, we're just going to order those to be hunted because that is a crap ton of boars. That is a lot of leather to work with. That's a lot of meat. And once Jabez's done with that meal, we'll have him trade with Needles there, who is... yeah, what a name. Let's see what she has. Inquisitor. Yeah, no, I don't think we particularly care too much about that. Just let her be. Not really a trade caravan, just a visitor. Turn all those lights on for them when they go to bed. The freezer is now just full. Like, it's chock-a-block. We really need people working on cooking 24/7. More cargo pods. Let's see what we got here. Coal. Sure, I guess. I have nothing against coal. I don't know what we use it for. I guess in the wood generators there. We are going to have to turn off our turrets. They are draining power quicker than we make it. Of course, it may also just be time for another turret. Sorry, not another turret, another generator of some kind. So I don't think these have ever been producing max throughout the entire volcanic winter. But then again, with the wind turbine, they shouldn't have to, really. We really need this cooking to get done. Wild boar revenge, but that instantly died, so I guess the boar that was revenging was killed by McKay and her crappy auxiliary pistol. You know what, McKay? Once you get in there, how about you you go equip those feral pistols? As far as I'm aware, they should be better than the auxiliary pistol she has. Oh, did we tame this guy? We did. Obedience and release. And I think that thing should just automatically be like milked and what have you. And while I remember, let's get some where's the animal sleeping boxes? There they are. Where should we order these built? You know, I think we'll just order them down this corridor here. And then we'll actually order this enclosed. And the animals can sleep in there. Probably have to order a vent or two for that as well, actually. Just to stop it getting a bit too hot. Pause, there we are. Let that crack along. We have so much meat. We might need to expand the freezer, but there's no way to expand it to. At least not for now. Later on, I guess we could move these fields. But for now, we'll just have to power on with the cooking and stop the hunting as much. Oh, that was the wrong button. Time was at 24:50. What are we researching right now? Are we gonna okay. Next thing is the occult deities. That should be interesting to find out what god has sent us this mysterious spire. Lots of people playing horseshoes out there. J-Bear getting straight back to his cooking. There's just so much of that to get done. And we're just bringing in more and more meat with the boar hunting. Have I sorted out your training yet? Yes. I think this might be the most food I've had in this game. And it's going to take a while to go through this. Can we... get rid of those. I think we can cook in 4s. Yeah, cook 4 fine meals, do forever. I don't know if that's going to waste more materials or if it's literally just going to speed things up. Caravan request, we don't care. Yeah, no, it looks like it's just going to slow down the time they spend going. They'll just gather a bunch of ingredients and go make 4 meals at a time instead of running backwards and forwards. There we are. Now the animals have a corridor to sleep in. Someone will eventually adopt the animals that we get. It'll give them some nice bonuses. Nice, we just got a wild boar. Now those, I believe, can actually be tamed to, like, haul things around for us. We really need this to this cooking to get done. Nice. She left you some components. Awesome. And someone left me human leather. Zyph, what the hell, man? That's just a little bit weird. I don't know if I'm okay with that. I had a guest who just had human skin just tanned in his backpack. What? Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. That's much less ominous than it sounded. Is that thing... Nope, that's just a wild boar. It's not tamed or trained at all. Looks like the cotton's starting to be harvested as well, so that's going to be nice. Should really look at where carpet making is in here. Electric smelting, we want that on the list as well. Let's see, carpets. Do we already have carpets? I don't believe we do. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. And Jebe, how about we actually go sell some of this meat to these people? We have too much. It's actually in the doorway. It's going to make the other like meat rot. Oh, you will buy our alpacas for a lot. But really what we're looking to sell is food, and you're not looking to buy that. I don't think there's anything we particularly want to sell this guy. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that poor vest as well. A mini hat. Cool. Get rid of the shoddy t-shirt. Shoddy and poor hat. That'll do. Jebe can get back to his bed now. Things are just progressing nicely. Why is this alpaca sleeping in here instead of, yeah, the bovine beetle meat starting to rot away? Can we, Kim, prioritize hauling that boomerlope meat? They can now close the door, and things will stop rotting in storage once that temperature goes back down. Awesome. We have an absolute ton of meals now, even the good stuff. Like, we're not lacking for good food now. That's fine, we've already done our trading with those guys. Our research tree is just going to be there for a long ass time. I think we may end up selling the alpacas or the boars, depending on what we see we get from them. I haven't often tamed animals, I've mostly just shot them. Seems like we're going through our food and our starting to make our armor pretty decently quickly here. Oh, that's still rotting away in storage. I thought that was refrigerated instead of... Well, it's still 35 degrees outside. I think we actually need another cooler on here. We can't afford to be wasting food. I know we have a lot of it, but it doesn't mean we can waste it. I'll set that to -11. That should hopefully bring the temperature down in there. Good, everything should be frozen now. Now, luckily we weren't really at a point that it was critical that we needed that food, but it's always like that was a lot of food that we just wasted. Got more t-shirts being made. More and more of these armor vests as well. How many of these? Ah, no, do until you have 2. We want 2 of those spare. So everyone will get 1, we'll put 2 in storage. Connor, how are you doing? Researching. We're nearly done. That'll be the Bionics workbench. And then we can start looking at replacing some of those damaged limbs that we have. Awesome. Super happy about that. But I think we actually need the simple prosthetics to turn into a bionic. We don't have enough plasteel. Damn it. We're gonna have to buy some plasteel. But now if anyone loses a limb, we can at least replace it with a simple prosthetic. What are you making there, buddy? Simple bowler hats, just simple cloth clothing. Oh. Okay, so do we now... It's no longer forbidden. How do we... to discover occult deities. Repeatable. Okay, so how do we... Are we a cult now? I don't know how that works. Oh well. We can now make craft golden eye. Craft light receptor. What's a light receptor? A light detector. I guess that's a super simple eye implant. Just like literally tells you if there's light ahead of you or not. A lot of those armor plates are done. I'm gonna have to look into this. Let's see. Wait, it was... Who was it? It was Connor who did that research, right? So, needs health, sanity loss initial, but nothing else. Okay. I'm really not sure what else to do with that. How long until we're done with this over here, though? Another 3 days over there. We're actually not too far away from being able to complete our wall over here as well. We're still only in our 2nd year, but to not have reasonable defenses by your 2nd year is kind of an issue. If we were on a map that was a little colder, this volcanic winter would actually like really suck for us. There we are. Get all those lights turned off. We have like 82 fine meals now. That is an absolute ass ton of fine meals. I think next trader that comes along we may end up selling those animals. We'll wait and see. I haven't seen like milk from the alpacas or wool or anything. I hope that's what they do. Room, barn, dull, 30. Okay. Mediocre. Oliver has a mediocre bedroom. Are you kidding? These are mediocre rooms. Well, I guess they don't have any carpets. They just have like floorboards and no art, which is something we might want to get on. Is building. You know, yeah, we will. I think we have enough people that a sculptor's table is not unreasonable at this point. There we are. So we'll order a bunch of bone sculptures, I guess, because we have an absolute crap ton of bone, and we'll put creepy bone sculptures all over our cultist place. Mad animal, what do we have here? Another boobalope. Ooh, Connor. Back away before you finish that off for me, buddy. Because that's going to pop when it dies. Awesome. There we are. Yeah, you just set yourself on fire, you dimwit. Well, you just Okay, you went back for it. Okay, just stick your hands in fire for a tiny bit of ore. We are starting to feel the slowdown on the medicine production. I just want to get this ensure the safety. That's it. Visitors from Lakeside Ridge. No. Let's turn all those lights back on. You die. Please finish that sculpture for me. So that we can order people to start turning those bones into grizzly statues. I've just noticed something that's going to drive me insane if I don't fix it. There we are. Bills. Add bill. Make ornate plant pot. Do until you have 10. Make small sculpture. Do until you have 10. Make large sculpture. Do until you have 10. There we are. Details. Let's forbid everything but bone. So I really want those things to be used. We can sell them in big lumps. And we can use them to decorate our base. Make people a little bit happier. With, you know, skulls. With, like, the skulls of your enemies with a flower in it. How pretty is that? How nice of a thought is that? We'll wait and see if anyone actually jumps on the chance to do that. Need research project, what? We should have research projects. Did that occult thing... You know, we have a lot of... Yeah, mortars is the next research project. Oh. Where's that at? You know... I don't think I care too much about an alpaca on the far side of the map. We'll let that die. Oliver, can you not use this bench now? Huh. Well, we'll deal with that in the next episode, folks. Thanks for joining me, and I'll hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.